Practicing meditation following the teachings of the Buddha, we are aiming to bring up mindfulness, sati, from moment to moment. So if you're practicing anapanasati, means you're paying attention to the in-breath, the out-breath. Probably the most commonly used place to do this is the tip of the nostrils. You're learning to pay attention to the sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath at the tip of the nostrils. Some people find the space at the just above the mouth, above the upper lip, is another area they can put attention on. And the aim is to keep putting attention at that point where the sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath is clear to you. So you have to find it. So one technique that helps is take a few deep breaths to establish awareness of the in-breath and the out-breath at that point. But you can't continue taking deep, long, deep in-breaths and out-breaths indefinitely. So having established awareness of that feeling, that sensation of the in-breath, the out-breath, then you let the breath go at its natural pace. You can count your breaths if that helps. One breath in, count one. One breath out, you count one. Another breath in, you count two. Another breath out, you count two. Up until 10. And you go back to 1 again. But if you lose count after a few breaths because you become distracted, then make yourself begin the counting again at 1. Or some people recite the word Buddho together with the breathing. On the left, on the breath in, they recite Bud. On the breath out, they recite Do. And the aim of the meditation is to continuously pay attention to the sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath. And to be willing to bring your mind back when it wanders off. So that requires patience, and you have to remind yourself of the value of doing this practice. Remind yourself why it's worth it. Because as you practice mindfulness of breathing, keeping the breath in mind, you gain mindfulness as a quality that becomes strong and consistent in your awareness. you're losing the habit of distraction and gaining the habit of paying attention and being present to your own experience. So as you become more mindful of the breath, you can't help but notice your thoughts and feelings, how your body is, what's going on in your own body and mind. You become more observant and aware of many things. You might notice thoughts that you hadn't noticed before. Some good, some not so good. Some that make sense, some that just seem random, or there's no obvious reason why they come into your mind. You notice different sensations in your body, different feelings. So this practice of meditation is a learning experience. Learning to pay attention to what's there, but observing rather than forming an opinion about what you see. But once you observe clearly, you can't help but gain better understanding of your own body and mind. And you'll notice there are some mental states and thoughts that are what we call kusala, wholesome, conducive to your happiness and well-being, and some that are akusala, unwholesome. They're accompanied by a feeling of discomfort, pain, stress. They agitate the mind. You notice feelings arising in body and mind, some pleasant, some unpleasant. You also notice the changing nature of your experience. Nothing seems to last very long. One feeling arises and passes away. One thought arises, passes away. Different sensations arise, pass away. And that's giving you insight into the nature of reality. The Buddha talked about the impermanent, changing nature of our experience, perhaps more than any other thing in his teachings, because it helps you to see and understand the way things are. But to do this, or to see impermanence, you have to be able to pay attention and be mindful. So this is why we practice regularly. So for the next period, we can practice this together until you hear the sound of the bell.